Okay, we are north of Durant, heading up towards Eufaula, Oklahoma. Boy, this is looking awfully stormy. We have the wind at our back, so we're going to keep going. We have 100 miles to get to the next campground that we'd like to go to. But if it gets any worse for wind, because it's going to start switching from the south to the west and then to the north, we will pull over and just find a spot to hunker down. Now, this is looking pretty nasty. So we fueled up and we did a Walmart stop for a few things, quick off the highway in Durant, and we should be set to settle in for a few days up at Bell Star Corps of Engineers Park. We'll see if we make it that far. Well, we're still about an hour away from our destination, but we're fortunately having a good tailwind pushing us up from kind of the south-southwest. Some Oklahoma cows. The skies are really cloudy and they look very stormy, but there's no forecasted storms that we can see other than the high winds. So we're hitting a little hillier country here. Maybe not exactly in this section, but we are noticing a little more protection from the wind. Hopefully when we get up near our campground, we'll find a good spot that'll allow us to, kind of aim the nose of the motorhome into the wind, because it's going to be switching around and blasting down from the north in just a couple hours. Up ahead. There's nothing in the forecast and nothing on the radar. Hopefully we'll be at our campground in about 20 miles and avoid some of this. We're lucky though. That we're going to be camping on. Our campground is over there somewhere by those clouds. Our exit is in 2 miles. And here comes the rain. On our campsite just in time. It's pouring rain. Of course, there was no rain in the forecast, but at least we're safe and sound. We're in a secluded area where the winds won't get us. And we're up high enough on a hill that we don't have to worry about flooding. Ooh, look at it come down. Okay, here it is, our campsite overnight at Lake Eufaula. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Bell Star Corps of Engineers Park. And boy, did it get cold. I think the low was 26. Right now it's only 29 and it's noon. Yep, good thing we didn't pack away our winter coats yet. We still had them in the closet. And here's the boat landing. They only have about 10 sites open here. It's a pretty big park, but there's not that many sites open. But we do have water and electric for the night, which was nice. We did run our propane furnace in addition to our electric furnace. So we are on site C59, but we can only be here for one night. We're going to stay again, but the only other site available was C64. So we're going to go check and see if it's open already. Yes, 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 I'm coming, I'm coming. Oh, somebody needed to get out and run off some of his energy. Yeah, he's full of it. Well, here's our campsite for tonight, C64, but the people are still on it. They have until 4 o'clock to move, which is kind of a late checkout time, and then we can move over. It really doesn't matter to us what time we move over. We were just checking, see if it was empty. Whew, this wind is sharp and cold.
Looks like the water's really low in this flowage too.
Steve just mentioned the water looks really low in this flowage here. A lot of sandy beach down there. I think it's too cold to go down by the lake shore. Brr. If we were back at home right now, Steve, with that horrible blizzard going on, we would say a 29-degree day with sunshine is absolutely beautiful. Yep, back at home, we got a couple feet of snow blowing around, and there's a huge blizzard going on. Well, the people have vacated our campsite, number 64. And we are coming over to get into our site now. And the camp host quick ran over. She said to, what'd she say? Spruce it up a bit.
Yeah.
To spruce up our campsite a bit. So this is where we're heading into. It's a pull-through site, which makes it kind of nice. Not that we need it, but it's handy. And here we go around the curve.
Oh, she's got her noodle.
Oh, you'll have to get it from her. We lost our pool noodle. And there we are, into our next site.
Okay, thank you again for finding this too.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, let's get leveled out. Looks pretty level already.
Yeah.
Should be easy. Tonight's What Have You kitchen is going to be chicken Alfredo, which I have simmering up right here in this pan. And that's just about ready. With some frozen rotisserie chicken that I had. And then over here in the double steamer, in the top part, we have broccoli and cauliflower. And here, I'll have to set this down. And in the lower pot, we have carrots steaming or boiling along with penne rigate noodles. Because the carrots take longer than the other vegetables, so I put them down there. And I think, we're just about ready here. We're going to test the noodle. Yep, they're done. So, we're going to steam this up. Nick, you are not helping. We're going to drain this off and put it all together. There we go. Okay. Set this over in the sink. And then we'll set this one over there and drain it. And now it's time to open up the Alfredo sauce one. Nicholas. And And here's all of our carrots, noodles, broccoli, and cauliflower. Nicholas, you're not being helpful. For some reason, he seems to think he needs to be included. Ooh, does this look good? And we just kind of stir it all up a little bit, and I think we are ready to eat. Stop it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, it's a moving day or traveling day today, so
Yep, got the travel mug.
packed up and we're just about ready to leave this, I forget the name of the lake.
Eufaula. I'm
Eufaula.
not sure if we're pronouncing it right. Eufaula, Oklahoma.
Yeah. It was a nice day. We stayed out of the wind. Had plenty of woods to block the wind. It still was pretty windy out. You know, we had 50-mile-an-hour winds, I'm sure. So
Yeah. And the temperatures this morning, we were down to about 30 here again.
yeah,
It's been very cold, but what's coming?
heat wave.
Yeah, the heat dome. About a good week-long stretch of super hot record-breaking weather.
Which we're not used to. We're northern people, so our blood isn't that thin yet.
Well, actually, right here where we're at, it's going to be 90 tomorrow, and over that, 93, 94 the next day. It's just going to get increasingly worse. And actually, we were going to head over to Enid, Oklahoma, on the other side of Oklahoma City, and visit with our daughter and son-in-law's parents. But they're going to be over 100 by the weekend. They're going to be like 100 and, 103?
It is warm.
We just can't handle that. Other times we've stopped there, they very graciously let us park right in their driveway for a couple days. Just spend some time visiting, but we had to back out on that because there's no way that this roof air conditioner can keep up in those temperatures.
No. So
Pretty
we're going to
miserable.
head north to try to get in a little bit cooler temperatures, and God.
We're going to head further north.
We're going to head further north now to try to get in some cooler temperatures, so we don't get baked.
Yeah, so we're looking about 200 miles-ish around Springfield. Maybe we'll get that far. But otherwise, maybe even a little further, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see
But-
how the wind pushes us today.
Yeah, and which will be nice. It will be at our back end, but not nearly as bad as the winds we've been having.
No.
It's going to be like 15 to maybe 20.
Right.
Yeah. But our next real stop is going to be Bethel, Missouri, by our dear friend Rosie. She's due for some surgery next week, so we would like to go spend a few days with her or whatever, give her a hand, help her out before she's got to go have surgery, and take some time with her. We get to park right in her barnyard. She lives in a little teeny tiny town called Bethel. And that's where we're aiming for next. Yes, Nick. As for back home, this is right after all the blizzards have happened. Oconto got close to 30 inches, between 28 and 30 inches, blowing around horribly, huge drifts all over. I'll intersperse some photos here of home.
Yep.
And maybe even a little video clip from our security cameras.
So we certainly don't want to go there to do snow removal.
No, actually, we had to rely on two of our wonderful neighbors, the one on one side to unplug our furnace vents because it was plugged up. It was totally blown over.
Covered up, yeah.
Covered up with snow. And then on the other side, the other neighbor shoveled around our gas meter because there's
a vent on the gas meter also.
a little vent that needed to be uncovered.
Yeah.
So here's a picture of our neighbor. And so our kids and grandkids were all safe at home. we made contact with everybody. Nobody lost power. So we were able to contact everyone and make sure everybody was okay.
Yeah.
And although they didn't get out for 2 days to even try to shovel, because anything that you shoveled blew right back.
Yeah. I think they're still having a little bit of wind today.
Yeah, but the sun's out. A little bit of birds singing. I
Yeah.
checked in on the cameras. So our biggest concern, though, is at home. We do have a fire hydrant in front of the house. And that needs to be cleared away for the benefit of all of our neighbors. So hopefully we can get one of them to go over and shovel away. If we don't get it shoveled, oops, hit my mic. If we don't get it shoveled out within 48 hours of a snowstorm, there's a fine if the city has to come and shovel it out.
Yeah.
I think it's like $75 or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we will get that taken care of.
So I guess we're off to the dump station we go.
To the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
It's off to the dump we go. Okay, let's hit the road. Well, we just got onto the Will Rogers Turnpike, and we found out by Googling that our iPass works from Illinois. So we have to tape it to our windshield when we use it down lower, because if we did it up higher, the eyebrow of the motorhome cab kind of hangs over and blocks it. So we have it taped to the windshield for now for about 100 miles. We're heading north and east towards Springfield area. We're going to cross into Missouri sometime in the next hour or so and leave Oklahoma. It's kind of clouding over a little bit. We were blue sky earlier, and now it's getting a little cloudier. We really don't like driving on the turnpike, but there was no real good direct route. So that's why they put in this turnpike, and we gotta pay. Steve just saw a sign that part of this Route 66 is running along with the Will Rogers Turnpike. We just fueled up at $4.33 a gallon for diesel, which is higher than we want to pay, but oh well, anything under $5 is good. There's some cows over in that field. And over here to the right, we have green. I don't know what it is that's planted, but it sure looks nice to see some beautiful green. So our fuel mileage worked out at 14.5 miles per gallon. That's pretty darn good, but we did have a tailwind pushing us most of the way. And here, we'll turn it around a little bit. Hi, there we go. So we're gonna head on towards Springfield. There's no campgrounds open up in this area. We started looking around, and I think we are going to, here, oh, I have the auto tracking on. I think we are going to maybe pull it up at a Walmart for the night. We'll see how that goes. There are Godfather's Pizzas nearby, something that they have out here that they don't have in Wisconsin much anymore. So we might stop and do that for supper. I don't know. We'll see how far we go. Right now it's only, about 1:30. So we'll see how much further we drive. Roads are clear and the wind's kind of behind us. So we're just going to keep on going. Crossing into Missouri at 1:53 p.m. on the 17th. So we're now in Missouri, heading through Joplin and up towards Springfield. Hello, Missouri. not have to do any cooking tonight. Neither does Steve in the What Have You kitchen. We found a Godfather's. Yum. So that's dinner tonight in the parking lot in Lebanon, Missouri. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning, and we are here in Lebanon, Missouri, in, believe it or not, a KOA. We have never stayed in a KOA in our lives. But we were going to overnight it in the Walmart, and it was pretty noisy. And Steve said, let's just blow the whole vacation budget out of whack and come and spend the night at a KOA and get a quiet night's sleep. So here we are at a KOA. Of course, the pool's closed because it's still winter here, but it's nice pull-through sites. These were all filled last night. Everybody's left. And they're pull-through sites with sewer and water and electric to the tune of $56. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that we spent $56 when on my budget I wrote down we were boondocking for the night. Now I got to go back in and change that number. So Nick is out doing his thing. Steve's cleaning up. We're going to stop at Tractor Supply in town and fill our propane because we're getting a little low. And we're going to be boondocking the next couple nights in our friend's driveway up in Bethel, Missouri. So we are just about ready to hit the road. Feeling much better now, little Nick? Yeah. So, Mr. Extravagant Camper, blower of all budgets, what do you think this morning of your KOA experience?
Oh, it was quiet.
Yes, it was.
And I think that was the main thing, get good sleep.
That was your idea.
Yeah.
Well, we ended up on the last site in this row, parked next to Tim and Lou's Bar and Grill. Of course, it wasn't open, but oh well, we did our KOA experience. The gentleman was very nice last night when we called in on the phone. He just left the envelope in a yellow box by the door. We picked it up, put in our money. He had a map for us, and we came to our campsite. Well, let's hit the road. Okay, we're on the road now. We left Lebanon. We did do an Aldi stop, and I'll put in a little video clip right here that Steve filmed of me with my cell phone, so I'll stick it in right here. This is the first time I've ever come out of Aldi with just one bag. Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Yeah. Okay. We're driving along and it's pretty nice out. The temperatures are already up to almost 60 degrees, which is fine with us. I got my travel mug going. It was interesting. We decided we were going to fill our propane at Tractor Supply. So we called ahead. We asked specifically, not only do they just fill propane, but I told them not the little barbecue bottles, but to actually fill a motorhome tank. And they said, yes, no problem, come on in. So of course we drove there and we scoped around for the propane filling station. In our hometown, it's out front in the parking lot. It was hidden back alongside the building in a gated area full of farm equipment and lawn and garden pallet stuff. And there's no way to get in there unless you drove in tightly, squeezed in, and backed out quite a ways. So Steve asked, is there any other way to fill propane? And they're like, no, this is it. Pull on in and back out, I guess. So we opted to skip that. There's a couple more places between here and our next destination to fill propane. But just goes to show you, even though you call ahead, you make sure you ask the right questions, you still don't always get what you're looking for, right?
Yeah, I guess so,
So
They say they can, but they don't tell you how difficult it is.
Exactly. So yeah, when the young kid came out to fill somebody else's barbecue tanks, he's just like, well, no problem, just pull on in here. And it doesn't work that way. So we are cruising along and noticing as we're getting further north into Missouri how beautiful the countryside is. Rolling hills and nice scenic views. The other thing we notice is there's not nearly the amount of trash laying around. And even the homes seem to be nicer, well kept. The businesses are well kept. You don't see a lot of junk laying around. We're just noticing that it's maybe more familiar to us. Looks more like what we're used to in Wisconsin, and where people take pride in their homes and they take pride in their areas. We're seeing the signs alongside the highways of the civic groups that help pick up trash, and well, I think even their road commissions do a better job. Here, I'll show you. Here we're cruising along on State Highway 5, north of Lebanon. I guess it's always fun to see different things and different scenery and different types of, you know, terrain and landscape. But it's also good to kind of see the things that your eyes are familiar with. I guess after all of our traveling for the last 2 months, it feels kind of good to look back at more of our Midwest heartland type terrain. We found a Tractor Supply that can fill our propane with a pretty easy access. $3.89 a gallon. That's pretty good. And they're out on the edge of town with plenty of grass. We took Nick out and let him sniff. So he enjoyed that. And now it's time to get back inside and hit the road. We're gonna go over the Missouri River. Look at these big bridges. Two of them side by side. Pretty cool. And there's the river way down there. Wow, this beautiful green field. We're thinking that might be a turf company that actually grows sod. It's so perfect. It doesn't look like a crop. Yeah, look here, they're preparing this next section for planting. And it's perfectly smooth dirt. And then the big irrigation tracks that go across with the moisture and the fertilizers. Yep, we were right. Here they're rolling up turf and putting it on the trucks. I guessed right. Oh, look at the beautiful rock ledges here as we're driving along. We're on Highway 63 going north. Just loving all this landscape difference than what we've been seeing the last month and a half. Wow, look at that. And I know this is a lot of road video here in this section, but we are making tracks north a little bit east. Kind of enjoying the travel day here because it's beautiful blue sky. Not too bad for wind. It's kind of a tailwind, sometimes a little side. We're seeing taller trees, more hardwoods, seeing some pines and cedars like this. These are our kind of roads, the back roads. A little bit of snow here and there, but the temperature is, what's it at?
61.
61 degrees here. We're up towards northern Missouri. Getting close to Paris, Missouri. And Shelbina and Shelbyville. He's cleaning out Rosie's rain gutters. He's getting ready to put up rain barrels for her. What a guy.
Well, I had two.
Well, this is a bottle of the wine I made in 2010.
Ooh.
And I'm wondering, what was it, 2010 that we stopped here?
I don't know.
It had to be pretty close, because usually I gave them away for Christmas gifts. So
Yeah.
usually I was...
And it was when you went to Mexico because you left Mexican beer in the refrigerator.
So
Well, you got it the next time you came.
yeah, it had to be 10 or 11 for sure.
Yeah.
And it smells good, so
Oh, good.
we'll see what it tastes like.
There you go. You be the guinea pig.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's not too bad. I'm really surprised.
It's not vinegar?
No.
Because I don't know why. I don't drink enough wine to... I don't have a taste one way or the other.
You want to try it, dear?
Sure.
Recording.
Okay, so now here's Steve's wine, vintage 2010.
It's
Yeah.
cherry wine.
So it's
isn't it?
16 years old, cherry wine from Funtner's Vintner Vineyards. Funtner the Vintner.
Down by the river.
Yep, down by the river.
Tastes like NyQuil cherry medicine.
Does it?
No, it tastes good. I'm teasing you. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're on the road. It's a travel day.
Yeah, we're trying to get ahead of the heat that they're supposed to be receiving down here in
Somebody saw some cows. Knock it off.
Missouri. So,
Yeah, the heat dome is pushing us home.
yeah.
Nicholas. It's going to be 90 degrees today here where we're at. Yesterday was really tough. It was about 86, 87. We just can't do this heat. Not boondocking, without hookups in somebody's driveway. We actually ended up starting the generator to run the air conditioner for a couple hours. But even then, the heat just radiates out of, the ground and the motorhome, and everything just heats up. So, yeah, we're headed home.
Yeah.
So how many miles today?
I don't know.
Okay, we gotta go right on E. We got about 500 miles today. We'll see if we do them all today, or if we're gonna go part way and stop. We're hoping maybe we can go part way, take a little break, and then go the rest of the way. There we go, around the corner. And we'll see if we get home.
Yeah.
So although there's still snow in the yard, it's melting. Neighbor's taking care of the driveway for us. And let's hope for smooth roads. We got blue skies. Here we can turn around here. We have beautiful blue skies. There's no wind. So traveling looks pretty good. We're on some backcountry roads till we get up to some major highways and go to Dubuque and up that way through Iowa, Cedar Rapids, I don't know, somewhere around there, and then up into Wisconsin. So we'll head on out. Well, we stopped at a wayside at Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Hey, sassy dog. Somebody needs a little bit of a romp around. And we have some green grass in between the brown. Little bit of greening up. It's like 72, 73 degrees here. There's a nice little wayside. Get away from the highway a little bit. hay bales. Huh. Now that's interesting. As benches. Farmhouse on the plains. And each one of these picnic areas is made to look like a covered wagon with a different rural farm scene kind of cut out silhouette. Each one's different. These are some interesting tiles on the side of the buildings about farm crops. Each one's a little different. So I am assuming this is some type of symbology of the rolling fields. I'm not sure. But I do like the hay bales. Steve goes around and checks everything when we first stop, and then he checks again before we leave, just to be sure. As we're getting closer to Wisconsin, we're seeing more and more of our hilly farmland terrain. Our eyes are getting more accustomed to this type of landscape. We're seeing cute little red barns like this all set up, dotting the countryside. Getting close to Dubuque, Iowa, and soon we'll be crossing over into Wisconsin. Yep, this is the kind of stuff we're used to seeing. And we are crossing the Mississippi River. Mississippi. Right, Steve?
Yep, that's right.
And here we go. Well, let's get back over here on the shore and look for our sign. Wisconsin. And it's right up here on this hill. I really can't zoom in with this camera, but look right up there on this hill. Every crossing, major crossing into Wisconsin at any of the borders has one of these brown signs. There we go. Hello, Wisconsin. So we are now about 230 miles from home. Here we are. Look at all this snow. We're coming home to winter. Oh, our neighbor plowed out a spot for us quick with his tractor. Isn't that great? Where are you? Where is this? Okay, Nick, where are we? Where are we? Oh, is this your house? Is this your house? Nick, where is this? Oh boy, here's Nick's potty yard. It's about 3 feet deep. Can't get in there, Nick. Oh boy. Hey, Nick. Are you happy? Okay. Well, here we are, March 22nd. We are home. And our wonderful neighbor came over with a tractor, a real tractor and a plow, and plowed out a spot out of our driveway from the 3-foot high frozen drifts so we would have a spot to park. He did a great job just getting our driveway open. He was here working till after dark last night, so we would have a spot to park today. So we can't even get our car out of the garage yet. It's pretty bad. But we are home safe and sound. Now we somehow have to get through these snowdrifts. And it's super icy. Everything is glazing over now. There's been a misting rain and the temperatures are going to drop to about 10. They're going to freeze. This is pretty rough. So, but we are home safe and sound.